So I'm just waiting for you to ask. What's
What
up?
up with it, Cold Word? What's good with you, baby?
What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up? This Simon Phoenix. Having a little discussion, a little cigar. You know how we do. Chopping it up. Kicking some hip hop game. Talking about the top 50 list that went through Instagram and why it was trash. Just on an old man swag. Go ahead, Cold Work. Tell us what you was thinking, why it was so horrible, bro.
Shit, pause real quick. There we go. So look, before we get into a tangent, give me your top 10. Right off top.
I'm gonna go Eric B and Rakim. Of course, Rakim. Let's go, Rakim. Let's go. Now, see, all my people is chiming in because I shared it. Now all my people want to jump on. I gotta say, see, I'm an old school type of cat, man. So I got groups, man. I gotta say, like group stickers, man. Shit, of course. Daylight, Drive. The Mischief, bro. So the Mischief was so slept on, it's unfair, it's unreal.
They whole crew, Hieroglyphics, Dale the fucking homie Sapien.
Yeah.
That whole
Yes,
crew.
sir, man. Black Sheep.
That whole
Black
crew.
Sheep. Fiend, you know we was bumping that on the A.
Oh yeah, you know
Cats was
I.
like, what did y'all playing?
You know,
what I'm saying?
when anytime you talk about hip hop groups in that time period,
My man Michael said, "What about Afro Man?"
Afro Man was dope. I mean, no matter how much you make fun of Afro Man was dope.
And that's, if he want to throw Afro Man, we gotta put him on the MJG on the list.
Well, they made that top 50 list. The list we discussing, they made that list. Or at least one of them did. 8Ball made the list, right?
Oh shit! Yeah.
And he done dropped the fan.
Stop on the table.
I'm gonna go solo rappers. I'm gonna go, it's not in no particular order. I'm gonna go Nas, Jay-Z, LL.
All right, so Sean goes Nas, Jay-Z, LL, Ice Cube, Rakim, Q-Tip, okay,
Busta Rhymes,
Bus,
and I'm gonna go another direction. Lil Kim.
I like that.
And then of course, to top it off, you gotta go Big and Pac.
okay.
See, Big and Pac is a whole nother realm than the artists we just mentioned, man. Because it's different. Big and Pac separates hip hop. They put hip hop almost in another genre because everybody we just mentioned. And then Rare and Meth, you definitely can't leave them out.
All right. I mean, now anytime someone brings up Big and Pac, right? Since they're synonymous, they're trapped in a bubble with each other. That you're not gonna get one without the other, or you at least once you mention one, you're gonna always have the other one in an argument or a debate.
But they so different.
It's like
So
Bird
I hate
and
that comparison.
The reason that they're always going to be compared is A, because their lives intertwine, and B, because they were at the top of the game at a time where the game had finally got to a point where it was mainstream enough that everybody knew who was at the top of the game. If you walked into hip hop in the 90s, hip hop was super diverse. So you could be a cat that was like you banging Fushnikins, and then you could be somebody else and be banging leaders of the new school, while somebody else down the street was banging that brand Nubian. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Yo, shout out to Sonic Quiz. That's my wrestling. That's my first wrestling coach right there. Shout out to him, man. Okay, go ahead, continue.
So you have those guys that in the early 90s, whether you're talking about X-Clan, you could name so many hip hop acts and groups that the beginning of the 90s was totally different than the end of the 90s. By the time we got to 94, hip hop had started to make a switch where you had artists that were encompassing everything in hip hop, but they were just one artist. And what I mean, like, if you wanted Black Pride, you could go to X-Clan, you could go to PE. That's what you was gonna get from them. But if you wanted to listen to dope dealer music, you was listening to Ice-T.
Chuck D was like one of the most controversial.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Chuck D needed to be out right now when
Percy, what up?
clown Trump is in office. And Chuck D would have got the same treatment that Uncle Luke got for the shit that he said that he did not even cuss on.
So you say that Chuck D get the same treatment that Luke got if he was out right now, because how you talk about Trump. I can see. Excuse me, I can see that.
doing what he did back then, Chuck D would get banned in every state.
I believe that.
I can see that. I definitely can see that. You know. So Jay, come on with your list, man.
Oh shit.
Put your feet on the
All
fire.
right, yeah, man, what you got?
Alright. So look. Number one, because of the time I grew up in.
Gonna shift to my partner in crime since I'm recording mostly me.
I'm gonna go with
He'll let
Pac.
Jay
But I got a
actually-
reason for Pac. Pac saved me, man. That he definitely saved me. Like he make move music. You know what I'm saying? He talked about. I listen to a lot of rappers who listen to Consequence. Who talk about consequence, not only just one side of being broke and getting money. You know what I'm saying? He talked about both sides. He gave you a little bit of everything. So as far as well put together albums, as far as giving you a piece of everything, depending on whatever mood you in, he had music for every kind of mood because he emotional cat, very emotional. But he had a big mouth and he had huge personality, and that's what made him outshine. Because this is my problem with people who are outspoken, not necessarily outspoken. Some people just don't know when to shut the fuck up. And if Pac knew when to shut the fuck up and knew how to choose his battles, he'd probably still be here. That's just an opinion that
Sometime. Somewhat.
you gotta know what. But growing up and becoming an adult, you know, or you learn eventually how to choose your motherfucking battles, right? Pac one of them cats.
Exactly. As
Okay.
you grow and become a man.
So
Exactly.
growing up,
and I believe all that, and that comes when you have your first child. That's when you become a different cat. You know what I'm saying? And like the book say, man, you put down boyish.
when I became a man, you know what I'm saying, I put down childish things.
Right. And yeah, I totally agree with your reasoning for Pac. And Pac was man. Pac was just one of a kind, man. There won't be another one. There won't be one close. It's just no comparison to him, man. He was that good. And just, he was the Michael Jackson of hip hop. That's it.
Word. Now,
Okay,
a lot
so
of people gonna be mad at me because of this. Biggie ain't in my top 10.
ooh, hey, don't worry.
I honestly would put Big L before I put Biggie. But that's just personal.
That's a Pac.
I'll
that's-
put AZ before I put Biggie.
Now, see me, I'm gonna say what all big fans gonna say. We expect you to do that. That's what we
Because I'm a
expect
Pac
you,
fan.
because you're a Pac fan. We expect that. Look,
But-
look, you see, he won't let me give him the camera no more.
Cause
We expect that.
Political journey is Pac, so it's you don't gravitate to them. You know?
What political rappers do we have to this day? Currently.
Hold on now. See, this is my gripe. When anytime somebody bring up Pac and then y'all bring up the political. Hold on. Let me say.
Enlighten me, because you probably know more about it than me. Enlighten me, help me, bring me to the light.
Okay. So here's my thing, bro. Anytime somebody brings up Pac and we talk about political part, that when you're having a music conversation and then you have a life conversation, what happens with Pac is everything is blurred together. That's number one. That's a bother. Because he's never forced to stand 100% behind his music because cats have a feeling for him. I always tell people, to me, Pac and DMX is brothers. They're feeling rappers.
Same person.
They make you feel what they talk about. But lyrically, if you read Pac lyrics and you didn't know it was Tupac, you'd be like, this dude okay. This ain't the hottest lyrics I've ever read in my life, but this dude's okay. He's nice. But it has to be presented to you by those guys to lift their lyrical content up to another level that a lot of people can't do. DMX is one of the few dudes that made black dudes who was super hood get off into God because he was praying on every album. He was talking about a different kind of psychological struggle that a lot of men really could relate to. That's why DMX was so easy for him to walk into Pac's spot. A lot of people won't say he did that, but he really walked in this Pac spot. Mm-hmm. And it's because he made us all feel him. For me, Tupac has always been about, I made you feel the music. But when you talk about political, Pac is really only political in the first two albums. After that, Pac makes a major shift to gangster. And for those of us who are hip hop heads and we take a step back from the artists who they are, you're going to say to yourself,
I would say when Dre got in the lab with Pac began to make
nah,
for the masses and get out the
nah, man, because Me Against the World is basically the Blueprint album
It's my turn. Wait a
to
second.
All Eyes on Me.
Wait a second. I
Dude.
felt when Pac started making money, see how much money he could make from talking that shit. That's when he started doing it. Because even today, that politics shit, that shit is not marketing.
No,
Right.
but that's not it though, bro. Like
You know what I'm
it.
saying? When did Pac make his most money?
He never really look. Let's be honest. Once you got having a money conversation with Pac never made a lot of money because he was being tricked and pimped. So you know what I'm saying? So he never seen the real money. He never got his hands on the real bag. He was always being spoon fed a bag because cats was taking his money and regurgitating it through the business and in their own pockets. So it's not the same. But what I'm gonna say to you is this, Sean. Think about it like this: that Pac's greatest album is a best hits of Death Row. And and the way you know this is all you gotta do is watch that video with Vlad and Daz Dillinger, and Daz explains it all, like I'm about to say to you now. Pac came on that label, and Death Row had the mindset of, which is similar to the Wu-Tang, if you ever pay attention to the Wu-Tang and they talk about how they put albums together, that one person would say, this is my project, my date is the 25th. Everybody who was recording before that time would come and say, I got this going on, I got that going on, I got a song with this. And they would allow that person to pick their singles off of their new project and put it on that person's album. So Pac's double disc was a best of Death Row, which is not fair in a lot of ways because Big and Meth, I mean not Big and Meth, but Red and Meth both said they had never recorded with the dude. That was a Daz and Dog Pound joint.
Yeah.
So some of those things, as us as fans, if you don't follow the background, you like, man, Pac had the greatest album. Look how many people was on. Look at this is shit. But in reality,
Other
bro,
people's song.
you went and got everybody's single. So it would be the equivalent if you went to Def Jam in '95 and you got to touch everybody's single as you being Cold Work, you gonna have a super album. It's undeniable because all those people had hot projects out and were putting out hot projects. So that's my thing with Pac. Nothing against him as an artist because I think I definitely don't want to hate on the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Pac hater for real. Oh shit, that nigga a Pac hater for real.
Never.
But look, let me get on with my list, right?
All right.
Well, I just only did one.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. It's Ghostface.
Ooh, at
But
number 2?
I'm gonna say Ghostface and it's crazy because Supreme Clientele I can listen to. I'm judging it off of this. I can listen to Supreme Clientele from the start to the end. I like Action Bronson only because
He sound like Ghostface to you?
that's the only reason I like him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. Okay, let me ask you this: is Bill for Kill Me Links a Ghostface album or a Raekwon album?
Ooh. I think it's a Raekwon album.
It was a Raekwon album, but is it a Ghostface or a Raekwon album?
I still think it's a Raekwon album.
Okay, so what do you say? Everybody believes Meth made Wu-Tang what they was.
Nigga, with the pointy rings, I used to try to make my own pointy rings just to be like RZA.
I've been a Ghostface fan since day one. Just because his style and Ghostface came into play. That's why I done it. But he still had that hip-hop thug mentality.
But that's back to but bro, what you just said about how you like Ghostface really proves my point of what cats listen to and why they listen to it, right? Here's what I mean by that. So if you listen to Wu as they came out, right? So you listen to the first album, and the first album is highly kung fu flick, beats we've never heard, strings we've never heard, the sounds and the skits and everything that was done was super original, right? You listening to it. Now, here's the fast forward part. Meth drops his album. Meth has what I would like to consider to be the most commercial person in the Wu. Like, a lot of women think, not no homo, let me put that out there for somebody to say something stupid. No homo. Women think Meth is Exactly. That women think that Meth is attractive. Let's start there. Meth is the type of rapper where he's easy to listen to, but his metaphors is deep. So he still can appeal to women without overbearing them with how he sound when he's projecting, right? But most dudes that I know that's really gangster guys, that they like real hood music, they to this day they'll throw on some Jeezy and be like, man, I almost started cooking crack today. All them people like Ghostface and Raekwon. They is their favorite two guys because those are your mob, drug, crime syndicate thinking rappers in that crew. So a lot of people gravitated towards them. Whereas a dude like me, who I like metaphors and left field and eyeball thinking in hip hop, I think the GZA had the best product out of everybody that's ever came out of Wu. That Liquid Swords album to me is crucial because it has nothing on it that is meant for a dumb listener. There's nothing on there for somebody who don't love hip hop. It's no girl-friendly songs. It's nothing on there that make you be like, oh, if my mama heard this and she want to listen to the rap, she'll at least sing the hook. Ain't none of that on there. It's just straight boom, boom, boom. It's the original back to boom pat. So I think that's why so many cats in a synopsis love Raekwon and Ghostface, is because they remind you of your homeboys. They slightly offer. Ghostface was the first person that made me really want to step my jewelry game up. I mean, bro, the man came out with a whole ego on his arm.
Not even Slick Rick.
Ghost did that to hip hop for me. Ghost did that for hip hop for me. No, hands down.
Yeah.
Okay, cuz, keep going.
Okay, look. LL. Because of what type of music I listen to, I'm gonna put, and he gonna disagree with me. A lot of people get mad because he in my top 10, man. DJ Quick.
You like who you like?
DJ Quick is in my top 10, man.
Cuz said DJ Quick is in his top 10.
DJ Quick is in my top 10.
I have no hate against DJ Quick. He wouldn't make my top 10, but I have no hate against DJ Quick. I think Quick is one of the illest producers that you can go find.
I'm gonna get with you, bro. All right. Legendary Gun Cat, man. Shout out to that boy Cold Work, man.
Oh yeah, that's that guy.
Let me get on my listens, because I listen to every kind of motherfucking music, not just one genre. Like most cats that like East Coast music, strictly like only East Coast music. You know what I'm saying? I listen to all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Scarface got to be up there.
Second best storyteller in the game?
Yeah, clearly.
I can see that. Scarface is definitely to me second best.
I'm gonna put Jeezy up there for one reason.
Storyteller
when
ever.
When Jeezy verse came out, I ain't like that shit. I'm like, man, it's like he laughing and shit. No, check this out. I couldn't stand Jeezy.
You hated that laugh, didn't you? Tell the truth.
This was whack.
That ha-ha.
This was whack as fuck. And I'm just like, and then I heard him on So Icy. And I'm just like, the song So Icy, I first heard it on a radio station in Detroit. And I said to myself, yo, I'm glad we don't play. Like, we play bullshit on the radio up here, but I'm glad this shit ain't got up here. 6 months later, they start playing Gucci. Then D4L, and then it goes downhill from there. But anyway.
Ooh. Never mention them dudes in my presence again. Oh my God, they was one of some of the worst. They're straight trash bag.
Okay, top 10, Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him in my top. He close to about 11.
Mention Busta Rhymes. Always nice pick.
A lot of people know who Tracy Lee is. A lot of people don't know who Trey Lee is.
All I'm going to say is By Storm, Should Have Blown. Tracy Lee was one of the first people to have a big feature.
And people would take that verse and put it
on everything.
10 different songs.
Everything, because no one knows that Big was originally on his song.
He was on Tracy Lee shit. Right?
And I love Tracy Lee because Tracy Lee was the first person ever to have the concept of he was going to be 6 different rappers on his own album.
Yeah.
And it made sense.
Redman.
Okay. One of my all-time favorites. Can't argue that.
What am I about 7 right now?
Yeah, he probably about 7.
Big Pun.
Ooh. Okay.
I like to kind of throw out wild cards, man. I'm not going to say... I'm going to put Jay-Z up there right there. And the reason is, I was a Jay-Z fan when I got to the Hard Knock Life tour back when he came here to Van Andel. And we had floor tickets. Like, that whole concert was just like great. That's great. Those of y'all who weren't here around that time frame, yo,
Jay-Z.
Jay came with it. And after that, I've never been disappointed with any of his projects, right?
So, Cuz said Jay-Z makes it by his 8th slot.
And just like Big and Pac, I can't say Jay-Z without Nas. But notice I put AZ above him because I like AZ more than I like Nas. It is what it is, right?
I already gave my breakdown on why cats pick other cats, so y'all already know.
Think, and then I'm gonna bring the Midwest in and say Twista.
Good call.
If you want a song and need a hook, I've never heard him on a song that didn't like top the charts that he wasn't on the fucking hook or on, that had a verse on it. Anything that he featured on was motherfucking just like incredible.
See, now what I'm gonna say to you, cuz, is the reason why I love Twista, and I said this to you earlier. Twista is the one guy that you can go get, and if you need some sales on the West Coast, Twista gonna help you accomplish that. You need sales down south, Twista gonna help you accomplish that. If you need to get girls on the dance floor, Twista's gonna help you accomplish that. Twista is one of the few rappers that he meets the criteria of need somebody to help you crack open some doors that you couldn't get in. Twista can do that for you. So I'm a big component of Twista and loving that. And it might be for me because he's from the Midwest, or what I like to call up north, because no one ever calls it what it is. We're up north from everything else. So that up north flavor, that Midwest flavor, whatever you want to call it, that is something special. And Twista one of the few dudes who really will rap you under a table if you give him a chance.
Yeah, he was the king of his style, man.
Oh yeah, I mean when it came to speed rap, I want to say Chip Foosh, Twista, somebody else is slipping my mind that
But
spit real
speed
fast.
rap, Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, of course, good call, cuz. I ain't want to leave Busta Bus out. That's one of my favorite dudes, favorite guys right there. Okay.
Not album wise, but just as an artist, period. Most definitely my top 10. Damn, boy. Most definitely is in my top 10. And then
Roll Hope.
I'm gonna add my list, and I probably named a couple more than that. What up? I probably named a couple more people than that, but my 10 gotta be Cool G Rap.
Ooh.
Cool G Rap, definitely. Man, what up, Bricks? What up with you, boy? How you living, man? So yeah, I'm gonna end my top 10 right there, man. So we're gonna go on to this motherfucker, right?
Woo. All right. My top 10 is super basic. Probably a lot of other people guesses. So after some sitting back and thinking about it, I give a little breakdown for each person. For me, Big's my favorite rapper of all time. So I'd be lying to you and myself if I didn't put Big at number one. Now, some people's gonna say Big didn't have enough material to make a number one greatest rappers list.
Yes, he did.
But for me, when the amount of material you put out is so classic,
The amount of quality material.
and people can sing any song that you've ever put out, that to me says you're probably one of the greatest dudes to do it, no matter how much material you gave me. Follow right behind that is Jay-Z. Second favorite rapper, I'm always fighting myself on who I like better. Jay doesn't have a bad project to me. I think every album can stand on its own. And when you start to touch on the other things of hip-hop that people discuss, whether you talk about trendsetter, whether you're talking about money, whether you're talking about just pure swag alone,
Oh, so thank you.
I heard him choking.
appreciate it.
I had to bring him.
I appreciate it.
Wait, just run me some water because I was dying. There's no way for me not to be like Jay. Gotta be. Jay's always gonna be a fight for number one. So there it is. Nas to me is possibly the greatest lyricist ever to touch a mic. I think a lot of people diss Nas because Nas doesn't have a wide array of girl-friendly songs, nor does he have the beats that a lot of cats would want to stand behind and say, I mean, I love that beat.
Nas's girl song is Uchi Wally.
I mean, but Uchi Wally was hot. I mean, he wasn't hot on that song, let's be honest.
No, I like
It's-
Horse better than
Nah, man, I'm going to say I like Comega better on that joint than anybody else, and that's messed up.
The Realness is one of my favorite albums.
But
Cormac.
when you're really talking about Nas and his ability to rap and then what type of music he actually made, there's really no way for him not to make your top five, right? So then after that, I fought myself, and I'm going to be honest in front of a public space. I'm not a huge Pac fan. I like Pac. I bang Pac music, but I'm not a true Pac fan. Like, I can take Pac or leave him a lot of times. I have my album that to me is the best Pac album, and that's Me Against the World. Like, that album to me rides all the way to the end of the earth. Like I bang that every day of the week. But everything else, it depends on my mood and how I'm feeling. Like I went back and listened to Strictly for my niggas.
In words.
It's alright. You know what I'm saying? It got some joints, but is it standing against when you really get to breaking stuff? No. And then for me, All Eyes on Me, like I stated earlier, is a Best of Death Row album. So it's that because I knew that information going in to listen to the album, because I kept asking myself like, how you get on a song with Red and Meth? And I just seen a video with Red and Meth, and they talking about they ain't really never met you. And this was before Cass was emailing each other verses and stuff. So I was trying to figure out how that happened. And so once I got to the bottom of it, I was like, oh, Death Row just basically threw him Everybody Project and let him pick the best songs and rework stuff to his liking. So I don't really give him the same credit that other cats do. Not to say that's not a dope album. I'm just not giving it the same credit. But I do believe that his stature in rap, his swag, his style, him making cats run around with bandanas on our heads, all of that stuff, the leather vest, he made all that stuff pop and make it popular. So it's hard not to that he make my top 5. I would be lying to y'all if I said he couldn't make my top 5. And then the guy who rounds it out for me, which a lot of people aren't going to say and don't like him, is Eminem. And for me, Eminem picks up all the pieces that everybody else has going for themselves. His swag was right. He didn't come off as corny. He wasn't trying to impress us in Black America by rapping what we was rapping about. He always kept it on what he wanted to discuss.
Stuck in his lane.
He stayed in his lane. Lyrically, he was head and shoulders above most of the cats that ever is going to touch a mic in their life. And when it comes to putting people on and putting back into hip-hop, he's done nothing but. I mean, think about it. He's a white rapper that he's pretty much only put on black artists. And he's put on people that we all thought was rappers. Whether we talking about Joe Ortiz, whether we talking about Royce the 5'9", whether you're talking about anybody out of D12. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, probably the wackest person in D12 was Fasar. What was my name? Bizarre. There we go. Bizarre. I think he's probably the wackest dude out of there, out that whole crew. So that's my top 5. So then going into my bottom half of the 10, some more bias for me. I'm gonna say GZA. GZA the Genius makes it for me. I've never heard that man spit a bad verse. He always makes me think. And that's what I think hip-hop should be about, is making you think. You know, yes, you listen to hip-hop for the mood, but I'm going to be enlightened too. And that dude does a awesome job of enlightening. Like just spit facts, game to you. I always had a love for that dude. I'm going to throw out somebody that Cuz mentioned because he's my guy. I gotta say Scarface. Like the second best story. Like I believe in my heart of hearts, Slick Rick is the greatest storyteller ever to appear in rap. Time. But Scarface is a close number 2, if not a 1B. The man tells great stories. Like when you listen to them Ghetto Boy albums, he's standing head and shoulders above his 2 rap mates. Yeah. It sounds like he a totally different era or something from them, because of their simplicity. So, gotta make it. I want to say the father of Nas' style, Coogee Rap. Just, it's hard for me to not think that guy is a martyr. That guy don't shred. That guy don't spit hot shit. One of the best at it. Busta Rhymes has to make my list. Probably mostly because if you take everybody that came out of Native Tongue, I know some of y'all don't know who they are, but that's Tribe Called Quest, the Jungle Brothers, Leaders of the New School. All of those dudes were Native Tongue at that time. So you got some people that slid in like Moni Love, stuff like that. But those dudes as a group, Busta was the hottest dude to come out of there.
So that being said, so Bushwick and what was my man name? So was they riding
Willie D.
and they was just cool with it?
They never spoke out against it.
Nah, like Scarface.
Would there be a Ghetto Boys without Scarface?
I'll say it to you like this. Like I've listened to Willie D.
Did either one of them have a solo record though?
Willie D and Bushwick both had solo projects.
Bushwick did. Would you buy them?
People bought it though.
Scholarship fund.
People bought Bushwick's solo album. I mean,
Oh, my stepfather first cat. Look, he made a song about Chucky.
yeah.
That boy Bushwick wild, man. He just had his own style. He's different.
R.I.P. to
He's
Bushwick
different.
Bill too, because he gone. R.I.P. to Bushwick Bill. Make sure I say that. R.I.P. to Bushwick Bill, because he just died recently.
Now you know what? It's hard to make the list. Ice Cube should have
We
made.
mentioned Ice Cube. We mentioned Cube in the beginning, bro.
Yeah, he made your list. No way, he didn't make mine. I was a
Cube
huge
makes.
Cube fan.
So I ain't finished my list. I had two more. Cube makes my list.
Yeah.
For the reason I said for cuz. Is Cube makes my list when you write everything, or almost everything, like people have already said that he didn't write Ren lyrics, but he wrote everybody else's lyrics in NWA. When you write all the lyrics,
Right.
and your group is
Some of your
legendary,
favorite songs from them
you
cats
get
you
you
wrote.
get instantly put up in people's top 10, at least in my opinion. Because NWA is a groundbreaking group, and if you
for Cube to drop 5 more albums after 3 NWA albums, I mean, the nigga's a lyrical phenomenon, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, Q probably has one of the greatest work ethics in hip hop. Has one of the most prolific pens in hip hop, and most cats just don't pay attention because what they think they know about Cube is that's America's Most Wanted guy, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't know that Cube wrote everything on NWA except for what Ren was spitting. So if you don't know that, you know what I'm saying, then you kind of look at it like and be like, oh, he was with NWA, he was dope with them, he left them, okay, whatever. He dropped America's Most Wanted.
I will give it to you.
I mean, Cube has the same thing.
I would say more death certificate than America's Most Wanted.
Man, nah, bro. America's Most Wanted kicked in the door because I'm gonna tell you that album was produced by PE's in-house producers. He went from a West Coast sound to an East Coast sound and did it flawlessly, and still kept. And you listen to them skits to this day. Go bang America's Most Wanted. Go bang Death Certificate and listen to them skits.
Listening to it earlier today.
The skits alone make you tell that it's from a different era in hip hop. It's when cats was really being artistic. They weren't just putting rhymes on beats. So
Politics, if it was a right now generation for that era, become banned right now for saying real shit that it'll be unreal. And it is like, ain't nobody gonna be able to spit no knowledge now. That's why you got this garbage rap that's out right now, man.
that's all right. Now here's my argument. So I know the people who seeing this later won't be able to hear what he said. So he was talking about garbage rappers right now in today's time. Now, for me, what I'm going to say, and I know this is controversial. I'm going to say it's controversial. This is my personal opinion. I'm not going to put this on my cousin. I'm not going to put this on my homeboy Sean. I'm not putting this on anybody. It's coming from me. I blame the state of hip-hop on women. The reason why is women listen to music for the beats first, and then the lyrical content. Women will prefer to listen to ratchet or crazy or silly or demeaning music before they will real music. The reason I say, and I'm not saying all women, because there's no such thing as all, but
You got to put, you have to make your argument valid. And I agree with you. But you have to put a now times stamp on it.
yes, because I know you can still hear me.
Any female our age.
So what my man's saying is basically that the women that came from the 90s listen to real hip hop. There's a difference though, cuz, and now here's the difference. Here's the reason why that's still a valid point, and yes, you're right. So what he said was basically that women that grew up in the 90s appreciate real hip hop. Now the reason I believe that is so is because the trend of following what women listen to hadn't started yet, because women already had their lane. Women were listening to R&B and dipping into hip hop because we as men were starting to play hip hop. We had walked away from R&B.
But at that era, that's when rhymes became a part of R&B. Rap became a part of R&B.
This is true, but it wasn't. But yeah, but yes, but no, cuz. Look, yes, but no, cuz. Look at it like this, right? That you talk about early '90s R&B. When you start naming off early '90s R&B artists were still trying to jump on and rap they little garbage rhymes they sell. That the lyrical content of hip hop really came because dudes was in the cars with their girls, hanging out with chicks, and you was playing the Busta Rhymes, you was playing the Nas's, you was playing Jay-Z's, you was playing Big, where girls was just like, okay, this is hot, I'm kind of feeling this.
And
Right. And then girls got their two of the groundbreaking girl MCs to reinforce that women could really rap. Where Little Kim came out and gave women the ability to talk trash like we talk trash. She was saying everything that men were saying, but from a girl's point of view. So there's a lot of girls that wanted to talk crazy to us and tell us, eat that, kiss my, and so on and so forth. They wanted to hear that level of vulgar rap because that's where they was at. The problem comes in is that generation of girls that listen to hip hop started to be influenced by, you can make a hot song that's kind of R&B but still rap. Okay, so we got a flood of that trash, and all the women went towards that lane, and so they gravitated right to it. And so what happened is that when we were young, you could listen to Luke. You know what I'm saying? You could listen to Luke. You listen to like Crew. You could listen to all of that, throw that ass music, and we kept it in the same space. And I know it. That
I remember going to parties in the '90s, and everybody used to dance.
Over on Lafayette, and I'ma shout out one of Grand Rapids oldest DJs, and I'ma say it, and I don't care, niggas gonna get mad. K-Swiss was the man. He had them parties on Lafayette, jumping.
Yep.
I will give it to him. DJ K-Swiss had them parties on Lafayette, and
oh yeah.
Lafayette and,
So he shouting out my man K Swiss, one of the local Grand Rapids DJs. He had it jumping because he was playing that house music that throw that ass in the circle. He was playing all that type of shit back then.
Yeah, what's the name of them from WEHP? When we used to sit up late night and try to record it.
Okay, look, I'm glad you on here, man. Give me your top 5 Grand Rapids artists.
Who you talking
all
to?
Time. Talking to him.
Cold Work?
We're talking to Cold Work.
Ooh.
Give me your top 5.
Ooh. This gonna be crucial. So my man Cold Work,
We about to start some shit.
it's about to get hectic. So Cold Work said he about to give us his top 5 Grand Rapids.
Okay,
artists.
listen. I'm gonna give you a minute to think about that, right? I'm gonna go, right? I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna be extremely biased. I gotta say B. That's my nigga. I got to rock with him because that's my man.
You
And
said
I've
who?
been listening to Fiend rap since the early 80s.
Good
So,
looks. Great shout out, my bro. I appreciate that, man. You don't know how much that make a nigga feel right.
Pernell Gates said they're not better than his mom.
I'm gonna say my boy AB. I'm gonna put
AB
Butler on the
Coconut
list.
Brown, okay.
I'm gonna put him on the list, and that's biased because I was part of it and I was there.
No, his
Most of
energy,
that shit got
his
produced.
energy.
I had parts in it. I made that what it was, and cats gonna get mad for me saying that, but me, Rodney Rose, Adrian Butler, and John Robinson, and Robert Gill was the heart of AB and Coconut Brown.
Okay.
I take nothing from M4, I take nothing from Jay Burns, I take nothing from Rick James, but the heart of that shit. And when they tried to reproduce that shit, it just did not work. The Cold Work went on the drums, and I'm just putting that shit out there. But
Real talk.
Okay, cuz. So
I like
I'm gonna give
that.
it to my man Larry Bracy. I'm gonna put Mac 10 on the list.
Right?
Shadow. My
No
nigga Shadow.
season.
I remember when it was Evil Circus.
Evil Circus, huh?
I got 2 more because I'm gonna give it to my nigga because he a battle rapper. I gotta give it to what's the name, man? Flames. That's my dude because he a battle rapper. But I like it.
Go
Flames
Rue
of the
Thunder.
cities, man.
Okay.
And
It's hard.
my man, then I got my dogs, man, the Unabomers, man, little Dap, little Chucky, Ambrose, Ropanine. Gotta give it to him.
Okay. I remember them.
Oh man, and my brother-in-law, I gotta give it up to Blind Dog Fulton. That was my nigga, man. Listen, a lot of kids
R.I.P.
ain't knowing by that name.
Nah.
Black Cow, y'all knew Black Cow.
Yeah.
I knew him as Black Cal,
Blind
yeah.
Dog Fulton was where he was going. That's when he was, man, killing.
That's when he was moving.
Came out of the group band that I rocks with.
Yeah, that's when he was moving.
You gotta give it up
Robert. He said Robert.
for the list, man. Big Word took off. Big Word took flight. You gotta give him that. Because I give it to Robert S. He was one of the first cats that'll tell a nigga to pull up at Franklin Park and battle anybody. So I give him that.
Yeah.
I give him that.
Let me tell you something about Rob. He'll battle you. He'll battle somebody to this day.
Yeah, Rob think
Rob will battle somebody right
Rob
now.
will bring that. Rob will try to bring that heat to you right now. Right now.
Right
I'll
now.
give him credit for that.
With the suit on.
I'll give him credit for that. But that's how it used to be, though. You know, it used to be that you had to defend yourself at all times.
My
That,
mom and dad. Shut up, Pernell.
that rap was on that level. Shout out to one of the best boxers come out of Grand Rapids, Pernell
No,
Gates.
he from Flint.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you is Flint, but you've been to Grand Rapids forever.
You know, Parnell was nice, and then you got Floyd, you know, but Parnell was the go to that shit.
Yeah. You know, at least for our era, before you get talking about Big Floyd.
Man, Rob, you watching? Jump on this thing, Rob. Where you at?
Right. Let me give you my 5 real quick, man. Definitely Mac 10. I had it and I bumped it so much. Yo, I used to pull up my Cutie Pies thing.
Mac 10.
I was.
Cuz giving his greatest rappers from Grand
Mac
Rapids.
10 was definitely at my top. Second was my Iceman J, John Trice.
Okay. I remember John Trice.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was at the crib with my uncle when I was a shorty, like watching him do his thing. Like I had the opportunity to be in one of his videos not too long ago. It just made me feel good. He shouldn't be my number 3. He definitely should be my number 1. But because it came later, Shadow. I remember when cats, nigga, we used to go over on Burton and Kalamazoo to go buy our CDs every week. And man, just Shadow always stood out, man. His own style, still to this day, his own style. He ain't change up. He don't gotta switch up. That's him.
Yeah. Doe's always been a trendsetter. I'm gonna tell you who Doe reminds me of. Like, and this is, now I want cats to take it as I'm being disrespectful, but to me, from production and how he sound and how he put his things together, Doe always sound like if somebody made the RZA become more evil than the RZA already was, he would be Doe. Doe always had that type of flavor to me, where production-wise, he was head and shoulders above his time.
I'm gonna give it up to Shorty Ty. Shorty Ty was alright.
Yeah, Shorty.
Yeah.
I dug some of what he used to do.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Shorty Ty crush like 6 rappers in a battle.
That's a cat. If you give him a beat that's an hour long,
He could do the whole
he gonna
hour.
rap that whole fucking hour.
He can do the whole hour.
And he ain't gonna say
No mumbles, no
ain't
flutters, none of
stumbling,
that.
Ain't none of that. My next person, Antonio Larks.
Oh, my man.
What y'all don't know is Larks got 16 mixtapes recorded that's unreleased. Recorded. Just sit. If I play some of his music, you heard my radio show, you definitely know who he is.
Yeah, cuz giving mad love.
Okay, I'm gonna give last person. Damn, there's so many people because I fuck with so many of these niggas, right?
Right.
And it's hard because I personally know them. I'm gonna throw a wild card in. I'm gonna put Rick Chime up there.
Ooh.
I give you that.
I'm gonna put Rick Chime up there. Do you know my mom put me up on Rick Chime.
Your mom put you on the Rick Chime?
My mom put me up on Rick
Wow,
Chime.
cuz you slipping.
And
You
said,
slipping.
yo, I met this white dude. He got a big ass beard. He almost look like he Amish. But yo, dude, bring it. Dude, bring it.
All right.
Bring it.
I'm ready for mine. If I gave my top 5 Grand Rapids rappers, right? Automatically I'm biased. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with cats. I'm biased. Some of the cats I'm probably gonna name you don't know nothing about. But if somebody give you their projects, you're gonna be like, oh, I see what he's talking about. So for me, start off with somebody I already mentioned. Doe is probably my favorite Grand Rapids artist. And the reason why for me with Doe has to really boil down to Doe consistently has projects coming. That Doe probably got about 20 projects. You know what I'm saying? For a dude that never blown up and never been signed to a major label, Doe has more material than cats who are famous right now. So it's hard for me. Like, Doe got so much stuff that it's hard for me to have to put Doe.
You know, one thing I can say
on top of that
makes Doe
list.
stand out more than everybody, he bully tracks. If he get on a track with anybody, he make that his track.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's hard for him to get on tracks with people because
But Doe has such a unique sound. You know what I'm saying? That
He must ride tracks. That's what he
Yep, that's a good, or DMX tracks. You know what I'm saying? Same principle. He has such a strong presence as an artist that he's gonna take over whatever y'all doing.
so many. I'm mad that I ain't put Money Mine up there because there's so many cats that it's like
Oh, Money
I'm
Mine,
arguing
yeah.
with
Shout out to
myself.
Money Mine.
swag,
Shout out.
everything.
Shout out.
You
My-
gotta expand it to the top 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Money Mott definitely up there.
Too many-
Nick, hey,
too many number ones.
Nick Fury,
Yeah.
Nick Fury,
Ooh.
aka DJ Composition.
Ooh, Nick Fury. Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't know composition spit, man.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Look, let me turn the camera back on me. Yes, yes, bro. He was in the unit. Look. This is what you do. Next time you run into composition, ask composition about the
I
unit.
didn't know.
Me,
I didn't know
him, Doe,
Jimmy grabbed the mic
TMD,
at our
Evil
Philly show.
Lynn, all in the same group. Now that was ready to blow. If we could have ran into a real production company, that could have blown. Cause both of the girl MCs, Evil Lynn and TMD, was is shredders.
I didn't know he could spit until he grabbed the mic at a Philly show that Coconut Brown was doing. DJ, I didn't know he could spit like that.
Yeah, he started off rapping and said he switched to DJing because DJing was gonna be more lucrative for him. He could finesse his way into
And
everything.
you know what he's still doing to this day?
Okay.
DJ.
Now, we definitely can't forget about La Familia. That was nice as hell.
Oh yeah,
Gotta put them on.
Shout out to Big Corey, that's my
Yeah,
homeboy.
yeah.
Corey and bro, shit, Mike.
yeah, and Mike, that's what was his name. Yeah, they was nice.
Mike.
They was nice.
Mike.
So-
Nah, it's a cat Big Corey would tell you about Icarus. Listen, homeboy, as far as battling, my boys were scared to battle him. Period. And I feel bad for not naming Civi Madi too, because that's definitely one of my top. Not even just Grand Rapids cats. Civi Madi is one of my top rappers. Just period.
I'm gonna throw out a cat that y'all might not know, but Sid Swift.
Your boy Tech Dogo.
I know Swift.
Yeah, you know who Sid Swift
I fuck with
is?
Tech. I fuck with
That
Tech.
dude right there is a
Oh, yeah,
shredder.
Sid was dope.
A
Sid was the
shredder.
Now, see, Sid was the Grand Rapids Chuck D.
You think
Sid
so?
was that political
I think Sid was more or less like Grand Rapids Common. He was so smooth with it though. His delivery, his energy. I think he was a Common like rapper. He was so smooth. His essence was so right. He makes my list, top 5 list of Grand Rapids MCs that I personally know. Listen to they
This just
product.
pissed me off too, man.
He's that guy.
Do you know who Man Child, man?
Oh, I was gonna. But y'all didn't let me finish my list.
Yeah, for sure.
Manchild makes my top 5 easy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm put it like this: him and Dooney. And look, I'm saying this old school hood name. Him and Dooney was the best rap duo in Grand Rapids for a long time.
Hey, you know, when them niggas first started, nigga, that Kia, that's my baby mama's they cousin. Little Sean mama is they cousin. And I used to be on Alexander, and they used to be rapping in Linda basement, in his mama basement. They used to be going.
Oh yeah. I wish I could find the project I did with them. I got like 12 songs with them two dudes, man. Shout out. That's BFC all day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my block. BFC all day.
Honestly, man, y'all slaughter some niggas on their own gig.
Oh man. Bro, I done been
He felt like that.
I've been to shows with Manchild. I watch Manchild eat Cat's whole setup. Everything. It's a rap. Favorite voice in hip hop and Grand Rapids, why he makes my top 5, Boom Ra. If you've never heard Boom Ra rap, you are missing out. The man sounds like Lord Have Mercy before there was a Lord Have Mercy. His voice sounds like he should be a dude that his moniker should be I'm the voice of God. Great Grand Rapids MC. And then I'm a douchebag. I'm gonna put myself at number 5 because I feel like I done battled everybody in the city. I put myself in there because I feel like all rappers should feel like they that man. And I've crushed my fair share of cats. And I was one of the first cats out the city to go worldwide rocking shows. I was sending videos back to cats on VHS of me opening up for cats like Rakim and Erykah Badu. So I was one of the few cats that could say, yeah, I do this because I do this. So that's my top 5 Grand Rapids guys.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, Finn, why you ain't the fuck out of Michigan and gone and touring and blasting and blowing up. Because every time you had your opportunity, life hit you. And you had to stop.
Life is a
And
motherfucker.
and only a cat that know you personally
Right.
can say this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's gospel for your career, bro.
Yeah. Life. If I could play that hand over, especially you being my friend, knowing what I know now, if I could walk up to myself before everything happened, it was like, bro, this how you handle it. This how you make the moves. This how you get on. I knew that my business acumen of understanding hip hop and then being a personal person, I could have got in. I just ain't never had a chance to sit down with somebody who had real power. I was always having to deal with somebody's man to somebody's man to somebody's man who they seen it, but they ain't have enough power to make the move for me. So that's mine, because I used to always go around and try to big up everybody else. So my personal favorite of the best rap group that nobody knows in Grand Rapids is Dark Souls. If you don't know, a lot of cats know Stacey Mayweather.
Yeah.
You take Stacey Mayweather, you take Ishmael Mosley, and you take my man Pooh Bear and Bummy Siegel. Those dudes, when they dropped that, it's the 4 secret subjects. Cats in the streets was like, y'all ready to go? This some next level rap shit. So I think Grand Rapids has always had a wealth of talent.
Man, I gotta pull it now. I gotta put my little cousin on the mix, man. There's lyrics. Cole. Rick, little brother.
Okay.
DJ Christian D.
Yeah.
Man, Dance used to go. Dance shot out when he did a little stint in the joint. The Dance got out. I don't know if he's still on the mic.
Man, listen, man. That system be messing up a lot of our that system be fucking up a lot of our cats' careers, man.
It's been about an hour of hip hop talk, breaking down the top 50,
and
talking about my hometown
and I gotta go
rappers.
to work.
Cuz got a shootout.
In a little bit.
So I'ma sign
Listen,
off,
cold work.
edit this, get it together, funky
Next
fresh.
discussion,
Holla at your
dog.
boy though.
Man,
It's Phoenix.
listen.
That dude Jay. We gonna be back. We gonna get us a cameraman so we can both be in the picture. You dig? Holla at your boy, man.
Or